So this is a review for 3.1 to 3.3. All right. You can go ahead and start writing that down. I've already started this. I started this yesterday. This says determine whether each is linear. If yes, write in standard form. Okay. Determine whether each is linear. If yes, write in standard form. Okay. So we're going to graph here in the next moment or two. All right. And you can go ahead and do that. You don't have to write down the directions if you don't want to because it's on video, but it's up to you. Okay, and start to do it, please. Okay, let's talk about this. The first one, all right, is it linear? Is it linear? Yes or no? Tirsa?
No.
Would you explain why?
It can't be squared.
Okay, it can't. You can't have a y squared, so it's no. So is there anything in that blank? No, no. Tyra, do you understand that? Okay. So what about this one? Is it yes? Well, let me use a different. That blue's not coming through very well. So the second one, Tyra, is it yes or no?
Yes.
It's yes. It is linear. Okay, now it says write in standard form. How do I do that? How do I write that in standard form? Yes, sir.
What's -3 from both sides?
Actually, it would be easier if we move the x, the -7x. So I remember it has standard form has to be an ax plus by equals c form, correct? All right. So I'm going to move this over, and when I move it over, what does it become? It becomes positive. Do you understand that, Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes 7x plus y, and it goes first, right? Jackson equals what? 3. And so that goes right here. I don't know if Jackson said that or if somebody else did. It goes right here. That would be your second answer. Okay? All right. So now we're going to graph this line. All right? How do you graph? How do you graph? You got to know how to do this. So somebody better give me an answer. How do I graph? Set up a t-table. Thank you, Braxton. Set up a t-table. What am I looking for? Okay? We're going to look at this graph here. There it is up in the corner. 5x, can you read that all right? 5x minus 3y equals 9. Correct? I set up a t-table. Right? What do I put in? What? Any number I want. What should you put in? I would put 0 in for x. Why? It's the easiest. Thank you. You're on fire today, Braxton. All right, so this is 0, right? See, notice how I put it in for x. This is 0, correct? So I get a -3y equals 9, right? Okay, if you guys aren't going to respond to me, I will just go on to the next section. We will not review, okay? This is not me telling you. This is your review, not mine, okay? So I want to know what to do now. Tater? Jackson?
Over -3.
That's correct. So that is what? It's a -3. So I have what point? 0, -3. That's one of my points. Okay? Now, you'll notice that if I put 0 in for y, that I get 5x minus 3 times 0 equals 9. Guess what? I get 5x equals 9, don't I?
Yeah.
What's the problem with that?
It's a fraction.
It's a fraction. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 9/5, which is really 1 4/5, correct?
Yeah.
So what I get is 1 4/5, 0. Can I graph that?
Yeah.
You bet I can. All right, so I go on this one, I go down 0 at -3. I put a point there. And I do 1 4/5, 0. 1 4/5, 0 is, this is 1, and this is about 4/5, 0. And then I take my straight edge, which all of you should have, right? And I draw a line between those 2 points. I put arrows on it, and I graph that line. You see how to do that?
Kind of.
Now, do I have to pick 0 for x and y? No, I can put anything I want in. I can put anything I want in for x. I can put anything I want for y. Charlie, do you understand that? Okay. Questions about that? All right. Let's go back. Let's read this story problem. I don't know if you have enough time to put that in, but it says the distance d in miles, this is miles, that a car travels in t hours at a rate of 55 miles per hour is given by the equation d equals 55t. What does d stand for, you think?
Distance.
Distance. What does t stand for, Kaden? What is it? Time. All right. If a car travels 605 miles, Ryan, what is that? 605 miles. Distance. How many hours did it take to travel the distance? What do I do here? Charlie, how do I solve this problem? Anybody? I'm going to come back to you. Anybody besides Braxton? Sorry, Braxton. Where does this go, Charlie? What is this again? Miles. And what is that? Here's your equation. What is that? Tyra.
605 equals 55.
That's T. I had said there were 2 variables to begin with. What were they? Distance and time. I think Caden had one of them, right? Charlie, do you understand that? Okay. All right, now what? I'm going to come back to you, Tater.
Put it on the
All right, we're going to divide both sides by 55. Okay, and you can use a calculator. So T is what? 11. So what does that stand for? 11 what? Hours. It takes you 11 hours to drive 605 miles if you go 55 miles an hour. Now, this has to do with all of this. This is a linear function, isn't it? Okay? All right, the next question says find the 0 of the function f of x equals 12 minus x. How do I do that? Find the 0 of the function f of x equals 12 minus x. We did it 2 methods. We did it, graphing was one method, and then algebra was another. What do I do? Ryan, this is where you had to come in. You remember?
Yep.
All right, so what do I do, Ryan? Since you didn't like to graph, use that other method. What is that other method? Okay, and what do I do? Okay, change this to y equals 12 minus x, correct? All right, how do I find the 0 of the function, Ryan? What's 0? What is the 0 of the function? Nope. What is anybody? What is the 0 of the function? X what? No. What is the zero of the function? Same as the solution. Some of you need to open the book up and start studying because this is going to be a long day tomorrow. Where it touches the x-axis, the x-intercept. Well, then say that, please. Don't sit there, okay? Say that. This is your performance, not mine. I don't have to review, guys. And it's looking like in the future I may not review if I'm going to get this kind of performance. Okay? X-intercept, correct? So what does that mean? All right, but what does the y become, Tirsa? 0. So the x-intercept, the y is 0. So I'm going to change this to plus and negative, and I'm going to move the 12 to the other side. When the 12 moves to the other side, what's the value of it, Chuck? Negative 12, thank you. And then we're going to divide by a negative 1, aren't we? So what's the 0 of the function? 12. Okay, can I write it as 12, 0? Like that. It's the x-intercept, so yes, I can. All right? All right. Read that for me, please. Ashley.
Find the slope of the line passing through each pair of points.
All right. How do you find the slope of the line that passes through each pair of points, Ashley?
Y
Rate of slope. Yes, it is the rate of slope. Well, how do you find it? Okay, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So fill in the numbers for me, Ashley.
3 minus 4 over 7 minus negative.
Okay. Can Jackson go 4 minus 3 over negative 5 minus 7? Okay, can anybody tell me what the most common error is? Doing the x's on top and the y's on bottom. Okay? That's exactly what Braxton did, and it is the most common error. Okay? So I have 3 plus a negative 4. What's 3 plus a negative 4, Allie? Negative 1 over 12. That is my slope. Do you understand that? Okay? All right.
Why wouldn't you take 4 minus 3 if you're taking...
You could take 4 minus 3, but then you'd have to take a negative 5 minus 7.
Okay.
Find the value of r. Do you remember this? Kind of. This is the one that we asked questions on, right? All right. So here's what you got. Number 8. Find the value of r. Your first point is 1210. Your second point is a negative 2r. And our slope is a negative 4. How do I set this up to solve for r, Allie? R minus 10 over? Very good. And that, what does that equal? What does that equal? No,
that equals negative 4
over?
over 1.
There you go. You got to have a number, don't you? Okay, so now we're going to simplify the left side. So we have r plus a negative 10 over negative 14, is it? Negative 4 over 1, correct? And now I cross multiply. Remember that? So I have 1 times r plus a negative 10 equals a negative 4 times a negative 14. Does that make sense to you? Jackson, you remember this? It's this line right here. I do the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. It's a proportion. All right? And do I have to distribute the 1 through? You're supposed to, but what happens? It's the same. I don't know, what's a negative 4 times 14? 56. And now, how do I solve that? Caden, how do I solve that? From both sides? Chuck? Remember this? Alright, so this is going to be plus a positive, right, Chuck? Alright, so we want plus a positive, so we get R equals what? 66. Any questions on that? Jackson? Jackson?
No.
Okay, yes, sir.
I have a question on how you got negative 4 over 1.
Okay, my slope is a negative 4, and I need another number to have a proportion, so I just put it over 1.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Alright. Determine whether this is linear or not. Okay?
Do we have to solve?
Watch. I'm not done yet. This is number 9. Sorry, Jackson, but I think this might help you. I don't know if I do it like this. I can't make these up, Jackson. I'll read the numbers to you because I know my writing's not great. Okay, so this is a negative 7, 11. This is a negative 5, 14. Negative 3, 17. Negative 1, 20. 0, 23. So I want to know, is this linear or not? Okay, Tirsa, what do I do? Louder, please. I can't hear you.
Subtract the one that's under the top one.
Okay. Oh no, we subtract it this way.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes sideways. So what is that subtraction? It's 3. You take the second one minus the first one. Take the bottom one minus the top one. What's the difference here?
3.
What's the difference here?
3.
What's the difference here? 3. What's the difference here? Be careful. 2. What's the difference here?
2.
And this one?
2.
And this one?
1.
Oh, it's 1, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, so is this linear?
No.
No, it's not. It's not. That last one kind of blew it for us, didn't it? Hey, what kind of shot do you have here? It's a 50-50 shot. I've actually had students that did not answer this question. And I'm going, what are you thinking? Just, I mean, you don't know, right? Yes or no, right? Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. All right.
I use the restroom.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So now I want you to, which ones are in standard form? Okay. What number am I on? 10? Okay. You give me a yes or a no. This is going to be multiple choice. I don't have time for this. A negative 5x plus 4y equals 7. Is that in standard form? Yes or no?
No,
Why not?
because A is negative.
All right, a is negative. Okay? All right, whoops, I should have put that in red. We'll come back, okay? What about this one? This one was no. What about the next one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What about this one? It is.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't have a number. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not. I'm sorry. Why not? All right, X is on the wrong side, right? Okay. I'm trying to write with 2 pens here and keep track of everything. So, what about this one? Why not?
Because it's a fraction.
It's a fraction, so this is no. We have a fraction. Okay. All right. That's terrible English. I apologize. Which lines are vertical or horizontal or neither? You write them down, all right? Here we go. I'm going to just put down some lines. 14. Okay? What is this one? The top one, 14. Nope. Vertical. What about this one? Horizontal. By the way, what's the slope of the vertical line? Caden? No. No slope. No slope, right? What's the slope of a horizontal line, Tater?
What?
What's the slope of a horizontal line?
0.
Quit helping him, okay? He's got to get it. You won't be there tomorrow. I hope you're not helping him tomorrow. Okay. Do you understand why this is horizontal, Jackson? It's y equals a number, right?
Yeah.
You understand why this is vertical?
Yeah.
Okay. What about this one, Ashley? X equals y.
Neither.
It's neither. Very good. What about the last one? Who wants that one, Ryan? Thank you for volunteering. You're welcome. It is vertical, you dirty dog. You guessed right. Okay, you had a 33 and a third % chance of getting it right, didn't you? Okay. All right.
Why is 17 vertical?
Because if you solve for x, you get x equals 3.
Okay.
All right. Does that make sense?
That's the same as 14.
Yes, it is the same as 14. Number 18. 2x minus 3y equals 6. Domain. What's the domain? What's the range? Domain or range? What kind of line is it? Is it vertical? Is it vertical? Yes or no? Chuck, you have 50-50 shot. Is it vertical? We just went through vertical lines. Is it vertical, Chuck? No. It would have to be x equals some number, right? Do you see it just an x? No. You understand that, Charlie? You sure?
So it'd just be neither then?
Why is it neither?
It's not.
It has an x and a y. It's neither. So what kind of lines are ones that have an x and a y? What do we call them? Oblique. Very good. This is an oblique line. Okay, it's an oblique line. So what is the domain of an oblique line? It's negative infinity to infinity. Is that what I heard from you, Ashley? And these are parentheses, right, Kaden? Means we don't touch it. So what's the range? There you go. Okay? There you go. On oblique lines, the domain and range are the same. It's negative infinity to infinity. On vertical lines, you have an x value that is the one number. and a y value that is negative infinity, and horizontal is opposite. Okay? That is the review for your quiz tomorrow. All right? That is the review for your quiz tomorrow. 3-1 to 3-3.